Welcome to the Digital Society module of our capacity building program on digital transition. Alison and I will help you consider how cities can help communities and citizens thrive in an increasingly pervasive digital society, thereby improving quality of life for all.
Just think about your typical day. From the moment that your digital alarm wakes you up, technology is with you almost every minute of your lives. Tech plays an ever-increasing role as our lifestyle and behaviour shape its development.
Internationally, the most prosperous urban environments, those that understand the potential that digital society has to contribute to integrated sustainable development, are those that have learned how to collaborate with their residents, innovative companies, sectoral agencies, and civil society organizations. Emerging technologies such as big data, online collaboration platforms, Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence make such collaborations more feasible, and cities can do a lot to support their digital society and empower the digital community. Here's what.
First, showcase your digital capability. Use and capitalise on existing tech and digital platforms and media to expand communication, outreach, knowledge and trust with citizens, especially the most vulnerable.
Next, think about how you might create connections, knowledge, and awareness of how tech can be used for the greater good in your city. For example, by collaborating and interacting with research and innovation hubs, and in general with different stakeholders.
And perhaps you could adopt a people or human-centric approach to addressing unmet needs and creating real benefits for all. Engaging citizens in urban policy making, using technology to reach even more people and get feedback from them.
Let's start with your city's digital capability. Eurostat data estimates that, on average, 81% of adults use smartphones for private purposes in 2020 in the EU. So, cities can use technology and citizens' penchant for smartphones and IoT apps to deliver digital public services more efficiently and create direct lines of communication with residents to build trust and to counter disinformation, which often dominates social media.
We know from the governance module that citizen-led approaches are unparalleled in providing data on hot topics and public opinion. An increasing number of local governments provide smart cards to citizens to interact in this way, or use official social media accounts to communicate at local scale and to counteract fake news, myths, or disinformation.
AI-powered chatbots can also help governments make public services more accessible and transparent. An increasing number of public administrations use conversational bots as a way to improve the city life of people by automating some public services.
Of course, not everyone likes or embraces these innovations, and we need to be conscious of that, but they can reap real rewards. In Norway, the small town of Samnanger has introduced Kari, a new municipal employee with whom citizens can report issues on roads, drains, buildings, facilities and the environment.
All this is cool, awesome, but wait a minute. As urban populations continue to swell, diversity gaps and inequalities increase as well. Digital society tends to mirror and even enhance the real-life inequalities in our cities, unless governments make sure that enough resources are allocated to reduce this form of exclusion.
Ageing, poverty and migration are on the rise. Lifestyle and individual characteristics, such as disability or neurodiversity, may be insurmountable obstacles to digital participation. Cities are at the forefront of bridging the digital divide for those who can't seize the benefits of digitalization.
Finding equitable solutions with the private sector to grant access to those with low digital skills and/or affordable solutions make all the difference for what the EU calls a just digital transition. Social services and public safety and security offices often use tech to address loneliness and isolation and encourage social interaction and mental health.
For example, scores of apps and wearable tech have been developed to train and entertain, using virtual reality, virtual and augmented travelling, dancing and gaming exercises, and geolocating places where different generations can meet, chat and exercise together. Do you use any of them?
The The OECD identifies 9 areas of well-being that include both material conditions such as income, jobs and housing, and conditions for quality of life, such as education, health, environment, safety, civic engagement, and access to services. We also talk about this in the other modules.
Digital twins use 3D modelling, virtual reality and IoT networks to create digital replicas for physical objects or places to stimulate or test real-life situations. They are increasingly being used in healthcare and more broadly in urban planning. In Paris, a digital twin collects data and simulates the streetlights and CCTV network to enhance efficiency and security around the city.
And new technologies can also help the public sector to create people-centric infrastructure. Domotics, or home automation, encompasses all segments of smart home technology, including sensors and IoT controls that monitor and automate temperature, lighting, security system, and many other functions. Imagine all the public buildings or social housing in your city equipped with domotics tech, how safe, connected, and efficient they could become.
But we also know that the European population is getting older. European statistics show that half of people over 65 do not use the internet. Where poverty rates are higher, the use of home and mobile devices is significantly lower. So cities also need to think about how to ensure that new tech solutions don't leave some people behind.
The most age-friendly cities rely on the power of tech to enable people of all ages and walks of life to access e-health and e-social services. This includes families to better balance work and private life and people who need care for different reasons. There is a rise in apps supporting social care provision, for example. The city of Santander in Spain is using a digital twin to increase livability for the elderly, simulating an age-friendly route planner.
At the forefront of innovation, the German cities of Dortmund, Duisburg and Arnsberg have been testbeds for new remote assisted living technologies. These combine automation, robotic assistance, digital helpers and virtual trainers, and fit seamlessly into the living spaces of our cities and healthcare systems.
We cannot end this overview of a digital society without mentioning education, so bear with us a little longer.
Education systems are stepping up to provide digital content and skills to learners. Cities can leverage public and private organisations to improve availability of digital and tech knowledge and skills in formal and non-formal settings. Many Fab Labs across Europe provide practical science, technology, engineering and maths, or STEM, education, equipment and facilities for children, refugees and vulnerable youth.
Intrinsically, cities are educational places. Take the library, for example. Technology allows us to get a better and more inclusive experience by providing different approaches to access it. Holton City Council, near Liverpool, uses an AR application called Library to make books come to life.
Gamification is another tech-based educational method that cities can use, providing new and inclusive ways to teach in schools. One example is the city of Lusa in Portugal. They've created an app called Class Splash, a digital game for learning music which is available in all schools.
Finally, let's deal with the elephant in the room, the lack of equality and diversity in tech. In the EU, only 1/3 of graduates in the field of STEM are women. Predominant and gender-biased norms lead to women shunning STEM careers. And the figures for Black communities and those with diverse socioeconomic backgrounds are even worse.
Girls Code It Better is an example of how some Italian cities support positive role models and initiatives for girls in STEM. In France, territorial hubs of the Inclusive Digital Network for Local Digital Inclusion have been created in many cities.
So, here we are at the end of this short overview. We are aware that we didn't have time to talk about all aspects of the digital society, but we hope that you agree with us that cities have a central role in steering and enabling digital communities.
So please do take up the challenges of your local digital society by looking at the other material and activities we have prepared for you in this module. City use cases, 2 ABAC case studies and more. And don't forget to have a look at the 5 other modules.